All right, welcome back to Jammin' Sports, everybody, as we're getting set for the second game of our doubleheader here for you tonight. We just moved 44 miles down the Beltway as we go from Baltimore to Washington, D.C., actually officially Landover, Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C. It'll be the Seattle Seahawks and the Washington Commanders. The Seahawks come in at 4-1. The Commanders are at 3-2. The Commanders are chasing the Giants in the NFC East. In fact, let's take a quick look at the standings in the NFC East before we go to the game, just to show you what we got. Actually, the Giants in Washington are both tied at 3-2. Dallas won earlier this week over Philadelphia. They're 3-2, a half game back. So this is a big game for Washington. It's also a big game for Seattle. The Seahawks are 4-1, and they're currently tied with the Chargers at 4-1 atop the AFC West. So it's a big game for the Seahawks. All right, let's take a look at our standings. Misty is now 29-27, 2 games over 500. She's taking the Commanders in this one. Gracie is 26-25, 1 game over 500. She's also taking the Commanders. Evil Dead is 38-31, 7 games over 500, leading the pack, and he's taking the Seahawks in this one. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. All right. Let's head out to FedEx Stadium for this one here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. It's the Seahawks and the Commanders. And welcome into another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along on an overcast day here in Landover, Maryland. A big matchup for both teams. Seattle at 4-1, tied for first in the AFC West. The Redskins at 3-2, tied for first in the NFC East with the Giants. The Redskins will kick off. Zach Harris, the Commanders, I should say, from the 7-yard line on the return. This is number 83, Blake Gibson, brings it out to the 26-yard line. And that's where Seattle will have it, 1st and 10. Led by their starting quarterback, Devin Wade, in his 11th year out of Texas. Want to say hi to Evil Dead. He's listening in his car on his way home. So I'll try to do this as close to radio mode as I can. Misty and Gracie both taking the Commanders. Evil Dead taking the Seahawks. 1st and 10, Seattle at their own 26, just underway. Wade in the shotgun. Single back. Wade hands off to Terry Gilbert. And Gilbert 2 yards out to the 28-yard line. Sean Keller, the linebacker, on the tackle. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. The Saints took care of the Ravens 31-17 in the game before this. That's being uploaded to YouTube as we speak. On 2nd and 8, 4 wide. Wade looking. Wade throws near side, and it's picked off by the Commanders down the sideline. Touchdown on pick 6. Robert Andrews picks it off at the 30-yard line. The linebacker. It'll be a 30-yard interception return for touchdown by Robert Andrews, the 4th-year linebacker out of Wake Forest. They were looking for Gilbert along the sideline. And Andrews just jumped the route and got the score. So the Commanders take an early lead, 6-0. Not the best way to start if you're a Seahawk fan. And now the extra point by, let's see, that's Zach Harris. The kick is up, and it's good. Commanders lead at 7-0. 7:24 left to play here in the first quarter. We're only 36 seconds in, and the Commanders got a defensive touchdown. Well, if you're Seattle, you got to shake that one off and just get back to business. Zach Harris will kick off for Washington with 7:24 left in the first quarter. There's the kick. This will be fielded at the 5-yard line. This time, bringing it back will be Dale McClain, the second-year receiver out of Eastern Illinois, out to the 30-yard line. First down, Seattle. We'll try this again. Devin Wade comes back out. Commanders up 7-0. First and 10, Seahawks at their own 30. Everybody in tight. Wade under center, single back. Wade fakes the handoff, throws downfield, caught, wide open down the sideline. Blake Gibson all the way down to the Commander 31-yard line. That's a 39-yard gain into Commander territory. First and 10, Seattle. I mean, Gibson was wide open on the left or the right sideline, on the far side, all the way down to the Washington 31-yard line. Seahawks come out, 3 to the near side. Wade in the shotgun, first and 10. Gilbert in motion. Wade throws down the middle, and it's caught. It's held on by Marcus Clay down to the 17-yard line. A gain of 14 yards, and another Seahawk first down. The tackle made by Deshaun Moon, the safety. First and 10, Seahawks at the Commander 17-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Wade hands off to Gilbert inside the 10, and Gilbert down to the 7. A gain of 10 yards. It'll be first and goal, Seahawks. Terry Gilbert, the 10th-year back out of Texas. It's a good way to respond to that pick six. On the next drive, just march down the field. First and goal from the 7-yard line. Wade in the gun. 4 wide. Wade to Gilbert again. Inside the 5. Gilbert down to the 1. A gain of 6. It'll be second and goal from the 1-yard line. Very nearly got in. He was very close. 5:43 and counting in the first quarter. Second and goal, Seahawks at the 1. 5 wide, empty backfield. Wade in the shotgun. They spread the receivers out. Wade looking, rolls out to the near side, runs in, touchdown, Seahawks. Devin Wade on a bootleg around the left side. A 1-yard touchdown run. The 11th-year quarterback out of Texas. And the Seahawks can tie this one up with the extra point. Seattle started the season 4-0. They lost their first game of the season last week at home against the Steelers, who are also 4-1 now. And now Eric Harris will come on, the rookie out of Oregon, for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 7. 5.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. Seattle at 4-1, tied with the Chargers for first in the AFC West. And the Commanders at 3-2, tied with the Giants atop the NFC East. AFC West are playing the NFC East in interconference games this season. So Seattle will kick off. Dakota Cochran does the kickoff duties for the Seahawks, the punter, in his 8th year out of Illinois. There's the kick from the 5 on the return for Washington. Trying to pick up the number here. That's going to be Mark Young, the 9th-year defensive back out of Rice, as he brings it out to the 26-yard line. And now we finally get to see the Redskins offense. Peyton Hicks, ninth-year quarterback out of Tennessee, the former New Orleans Saint. The Redskins scored their touchdown on a pick six a little while ago. And now the offense comes out for the first time, led by Hicks. 5:26 left here in the first quarter. Redskins, or Commanders, at their own 26. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks hands off to Mike Marshall, who they picked up from the Steelers, 8 yards out to the 34-yard line. And an offensive lineman got injured there. Injury timeout. Mike Marshall, the sixth-year back out of Cal Berkeley. Played 5 years with the Steelers, now in his first year with Washington. 5:22 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 2 for the Commanders at their own 34-yard line. Four wide. Hicks in the shotgun. 2nd and 2. Single back. Hicks drops back, throws down the middle, and it's knocked down at the line. Getting his hands on it is the linebacker, Chris Jenkins. Knocks it down, the rookie out of East Carolina. It'll be 3rd and 2. Washington at their own 34-yard line. 5:20 left in the first. Commanders come in, everybody in tight, just one receiver out wide. Hicks under center. Hicks drops back. Hicks gets sacked back at the 28-yard line. A loss of 6 yards. The sack made by Wes Cochran, the third-year linebacker out of Cincinnati. Back at the 28-yard line, be 4th and 8. And the Commanders are going to have to punt. Luke Washburn will come on to punt, the second-year punter out of Louisiana Monroe. As we're at the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter, we're tied at 7. Washburn back to punt. Gets the punt away. Aiming for the sideline, be caught and fair caught at the 29 by Blake Gibson for the Seahawks. 1st and 10, Seattle going the other way. 4:52 left in the first quarter. Devin Wade and company come back out. They had a nice drive the last time they had the ball. They got a touchdown. Wade under center on 1st and 10. Wade fakes the handoff, throws near side, and overthrows his receiver on the sideline. Incomplete. He was looking for Marcus Clay. It'll be 2nd and 10. Seattle from their own 29 with 4:48 left here in the first quarter. In a tie ball game. Overcast day. Temperature in the upper 60s. 4 wide. Wade hands off to Gilbert. And Gilbert gets out back to the line of scrimmage. Well, it picks up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. And Robert Andrews, the linebacker, on the tackle. 3rd and 9 for the Seahawks at their own 30. 4.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. 4 wide for Seattle. Single back. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking. Wade is thought about taking off, but now he gets sacked back at the 25. On the sack, number 91, Raymond Ray, the 10th-year defensive tackle out of Houston. That'll be a loss of 5. It'll be 4th and 14. From their own 25, Seattle will have to punt. As we're coming up on 4 minutes left to play in the first quarter, we're tied at 7. Dakota Cochran back to punt. Gets the punt away. And that'll be caught at the 28-yard line by Mark Young, who brings it back to the 31. And now the Commanders will have it 1st and 10 with 3:50 left to play. Here in the first quarter, they'll start from their own 31-yard line. We're tied at 7. Peyton Hicks, the quarterback. Hicks in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Virgil Say in motion. Hicks throws to Say in the flat, turns upfield, And Say out to the 36-yard line. The 13th year receiver out of Oregon State. A gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd and 5. 3:35 and counting here in the first. Commanders at their own 36-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun, 2nd and 5. 4 wide. Hicks hands off to Marshall, and Mike Marshall picks up a yard to the 37-yard line to bring up 3rd and 4. 3:12 and counting. We're tied at 7. Four wide for the Commanders. Hicks in the shotgun. 3rd and 4. Hicks drops back. It's a blitz, and he gets it off to the side. Caught by Marshall. Out to the 42, a gain of 5. And that'll be a Commander first down. Coming up to make the tackle for Seattle, number 56, Henry Stanley, the linebacker, in his 13th year out of Michigan State. So a fresh set of downs for the Commanders. They come out 4 wide. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks hands off to Marshall. Tries to get outside. And Marshall to the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8. Commanders at their own 45 with 2:14 and counting. Here in the first. 5 wide, empty backfield. 2nd and 8. Hicks in the gun. Takes the snap. Looking, throws down the middle. And it's caught by the tight end. That's G. Scott, the 3rd-year tight end out of Ohio State. Out to the 47-yard line. A gain of 8. And a Commander first down into Seahawk territory. Everybody in tight. Hicks under center, 1st and 10. Hicks hands off to Marshall, and Marshall to the 48. No gain. The Seahawks are right there. Wes Cochran, the linebacker, on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Commanders at the Seahawk 48. 1:26 and counting here in the first quarter. On 2nd and 10, Hicks under center. Hicks hands off to Marshall, and Marshall picks up 2 to the Seahawk 46. And that'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 8 for the Commanders at the Seahawk 46. 1 minute and counting here in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. Hicks in the shotgun, 3rd and 8. Hicks steps up, and he's going to get sacked back at the 49-yard line. A loss of 3. Making the sack, number 94 for the Seahawks. That's Jake Campbell, the 4th-year defensive end out of West Virginia. And that'll bring up 4th and 11, and the Commanders are going to have to punt. Both teams scored quickly to start the game. The Commanders on defense and the Seahawks on offense. Luke Washburn back to punt, gets the punt away. That's off the side of his foot. He shanked that one. Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That's a 17-yard punt. 1st and 10 Seattle. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. They'll have it at their own 32-yard line. Devin Wade comes back out to lead the offense. Wade in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Wade hands off to Gilbert. And Gilbert 3 yards out to the 35-yard line before being tackled by Matthew Enoch, the 12th-year defensive end out of Cal Berkeley. But that's going to do it for the first quarter. We're tied at 7 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. We go to the second quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Seahawks. At their own 35, 4 wide. Wade Fakes the handoff inside, and he dumps it off right before he got sacked. Incomplete pass. Tried to hit Gilbert in the flat. The Redskins were bringing the house. And that'll bring up 3rd and 7 for Seattle at their own 35. 5 wide, 4 to the far side. Wade in the shotgun, 3rd and 7. Wade draws back. Wade throws deep and caught wide open. And he could score. That's Rupert Jones, the tight end. Touchdown, Seattle. A 65-yard touchdown catch by Rupert Jones. Right down the middle, he was left uncovered. And the Seahawks go up 13-7. Rupert Jones, the 12th-year tight end out of Oklahoma. There was nobody within 20 yards of him when he caught the ball. And now Eric Harris will come on for the extra point to put the Seahawks up by 7 on the first play of the second quarter. The PAT by Harris. Snap, kick is up, and it's good. Seahawks lead at 14-7. We're live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. Who do they play in Week 7? The Commanders will play at Carolina next week. And the Seahawks will be at Denver. Dakota Cochran will kick off for Seattle. There's the kick. From the 3-yard line on the return. Trying to pick up the number. That's Young again. Mark Young out to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Commanders will have it, 1st and 10. 7:45 left to play here in the first half. Seahawks up 14-7. Commanders' only touchdown came on defense. A pick 6 by Robert Andrews, the linebacker. 5 wide, empty backfield. Hicks in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Hicks looking, throws, caught by G. Scott, turns upfield, out to the 41. A 16-yard gain by the big tight end, G. Scott. And that'll be a Commander first down. That'll move the chains. Commanders come out. 2 backs in the backfield. Hicks in the shotgun. Hands off to Marshall. And Mike Marshall picks up 2 to the 43-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Tackle made by Chris Jenkins, the linebacker. As we're coming up on 7 minutes left in the half. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Washington at their own 43. 4 wide, single back. Hicks fakes the draw play. Throws deep downfield and wide open down the middle. Making the catch is Blair Hopkins, the rookie out of Florida Atlantic, all the way down to the 29-yard line. It's a 28-yard gain. First down, Commanders in Seahawk territory. The rookie out of Florida Atlantic with a big catch. 4 wide for the Commanders. Hicks in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Hicks looking. Hicks throws and short hopped it. He was looking for Hopkins again. It was too low. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Commanders at the Seahawk 29-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. Hicks looking. Hicks throws and is caught underneath. Turning upfield with it is number 81. That's Sean Washington, the rookie receiver out of Nebraska. A gain of 14 down to the Seahawk 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Commanders. Washington trying to tie it up. 6 minutes left in the half. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks fakes the handoff. Hicks looking, throws, incomplete. throw it in the back of the end zone. And that'll stop the clock with 5:53 left in the half. It'll be 2nd and 10. Commanders at the Seahawk 15. Four wide, three to the near side. Hicks in the shotgun, 2nd and 10. Hicks hands off to Marshall inside the 5, down to the 1. A gain of 14 yards for Mike Marshall. Finally making the tackle, number 24. That's Gary Morgan, the 5th-year safety out of Pittsburgh. 1st and goal for the Commanders at the Seahawk 1. 5.5 minutes left to play in the half. Washington trying to tie it up in the I formation. Hicks. They pitch to Marshall around the outside. He's in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Mike Marshall. And Washington is an extra point away from tying this one up. That's a nice drive by the Commanders. And now Zach Harris, the 3rd-year kicker out of Texas A&M, will come on for the extra point to tie this game up once again. So Harris for the PAT. Kick is up. And it's good. We're tied at 14. 5:22 left to play here in the first half. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. We're tied at 7. The Seahawks at 4-1. The Commanders at 3-2. We will not be on tomorrow night. We'll be back on Sunday. I'll give you that lineup here in a second. From the 3-yard line on the return for the Seahawks, a nice return out over the 31-yard line, is Dale McClain. And that's where Seattle will take over. All right, on Sunday, we'll have at least a triple header on Sunday. Got to take a nap first, though. You'll be the Colts and the Browns, followed by the Broncos and the Bengals, and then we'll have the Buccaneers and the Bears. A lot of B's in that lineup. And that's on Sunday, starting at 6 Eastern. If we have time for a 4th game, we probably will. You never know. 1st and 10. A flag is down already. Wade looking. Wade rolls out, and Wade's going to get sacked back at the 25, but we have a flag down. Be offsides on the Commanders. The defensive back, Mark Young, lined up offsides. That's hard to do. Hey, triple hitter. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 36-yard line. Evil Dead is now back with us in person. Good to see Evil Dead. I hope your friend is okay. We'll be praying for him. First and 5 for Seattle. 4 wide. Wade under center. We're tied at 14. Wade hands off to Gilbert up the middle, and Gilbert to the 43-yard line. A gain of 7, and that'll be a Seahawk first down. McMullen on the tackle for the Commanders. I'm looking for him on my roster. Oh, he's the safety in his 5th year out of Oregon. 1st and 10 from the 43. Wade hands off to Gilbert again into Redskin or Commander territory out to the 41-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 16 yards. And a Seahawk first out at the Commander 41-yard line. We're coming up on 4 minutes left in the half. Wade under center on 1st and 10. Hands off to Gilbert. And Gilbert gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Clock is moving. 3:53 and counting. We're tied at 14. It's been a much better game than the last one. The Saints beat the Ravens 31-17. 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. Wade to Gilbert. No, to Fake. And he throws near. Oh, he overthrows his receiver on the near side. Incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10. That'll stop the clock with 3:33 left here in the first half. Seattle comes out, 3 to the far side. Wade in the shotgun, 3rd and 10. Wade drops back. Wade rolls out. Now he rolls the other way and just throws it away. He was in trouble. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the Seahawks will have to punt from the Commander 41-yard line unless they want to try a 58-yard field goal. They're going to punt. Dakota Cochran comes on. Cochran gets the punt away. Aiming for the sideline. It's into the end zone. Touchback. And the Commanders will have it at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Washington. A chance for them to take the lead now. Both teams have 3 timeouts. 3:22 on the clock. Plus the 2-minute warning. First and 10. Hicks looking. Hicks throws deep downfield and caught down the sideline. Virgil Say, he's gone. 80 yards, touchdown, Commanders. An 80-yard touchdown catch by Virgil Say. There was some miscommunication in the Seahawk secondary. The safety didn't get over in time. And Virgil Say made them pay. The 13th year receiver out of Oregon State. 80 yards, touchdown. And the Commanders go up 20-14. Made that look easy. That's a one-play, 80-yard drive. Zach Harris for the point after. Kick is up. And it's good. Commanders lead it 21-14. With 3:13 left to play. Well, that's a quick turnaround. And now the Seahawks find themselves down by 7 with 3:13 left in the first half. The Seahawks at 4-1 are currently tied with the Chargers for first in the AFC West. There's the kickoff. From the 6-yard line on the return for Seattle. This looks to be Blair Gibson out to the 29-yard line, the 7th-year receiver out of Rutgers. And now the Seahawk offense comes back out, down by 7. 3:10 left in the first half. Been a pretty good game so far. It's been entertaining. Jimmy Jam with the Evil Dead. Misty's here on this Friday, the second game of our doubleheader. Four wide. Wade under center. Wade throws, and he overthrows his receiver on the near side. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Now Washington is tied with the Giants at 3-2. The Giants play at Atlanta later this week. 2nd and 10 from the 29 in the I formation. Wade calling an audible. Wade fakes the handoff. Wade is going to run for it, and he gets out to the 31-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Seahawks. The tackle was made by Kevin Bowles, the 12th-year linebacker out of Toledo. 4 wide for Seattle on 3rd down. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking. Wade rolls out, and Wade's going to take off. And Devin Wade gets out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4, well shy of the first down. Matthew Enoch caught up to him, made the tackle. And Seattle's going to have to punt. And now the Redskins, the Commanders, have a chance to make it a 2-score game going into halftime. Dakota Cochran back to punt. Gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 19-yard line by Mark Young. And that's where the Commanders will take over. It only took them one play to score last time. We still haven't reached the 2-minute warning yet, but we're about to. 2:05 left here in the first half. First and 10 for the Commanders. 5 wide empty backfield. Hicks looking, throws down the middle, and caught by G. Scott. Out to the 26. A gain of 7. 2-minute warning. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. Commanders lead it 21-14 over Seattle. It'll be 2nd and 3 for Washington at their own 26-yard line. They come out 4 wide. Hicks in the shotgun. Dumps it off to Virgil Say. 8 yards out to the 34-yard line. And that'll be a Commander first down. Clock is moving. 1:42 and counting. Hicks in the shotgun. A back on either side. 1st and 10. Looking. And that got batted back down. Batting it down was Caleb Hamilton, number 99. The 9th-year defensive tackle out of Miami. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Commanders come out 4 wide, single back. Hicks looking. Hicks in trouble. Hicks gets sacked by Hamilton back at the 21-yard line. A loss of 12. Caleb Hamilton, in his 9th year out of the University of Miami. And that's going to bring up a long 3rd down for the Commanders. It'll be 3rd and 22. The Seahawks took a timeout. Hicks in the gun on 3rd down. G. Scott in motion. Hicks hands off to Marshall around the outside. Mike Marshall in the open field all the way out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 21, and he comes up a yard shy of the first down. Making the tackle, Gary Morgan, the safety, saving the first down. The 5th-year safety out of Pittsburgh. Let's see if the Commanders go for it, though. They'll probably punt. They're in their own end of the field still. They very nearly got the first down. Luke Washburn back to punt on 4th and 1. Gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 14-yard line by Dale McClain, and that's where the Seahawks will take over. Seattle still has a timeout. 1:13 left to play here the first half. Commanders up 21-14. Seahawks come out 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Wade in the shotgun. Wade draws back. Wade throws and caught. Blake Gibson, a big gain, all the way out to the 49-yard line. 37 yards to the Commander 49. Blake Gibson, the 7th-year receiver out of Rutgers. Seahawks trying to tie it up before halftime if they can. They go to the hurry-up. We're down to 45 seconds. Wade throws, and it's caught by Colby Walker, the 6th-year receiver out of Boise State. 6 yards to the 43-yard line. We're down to 32 seconds. Seattle only has a timeout left. And now with 25 seconds, Wade draws back, throws down the middle. Again, it's caught by Blake Gibson down to the 25. A gain of 18. Clock is running. And now the Seahawks, well, they're setting up for a field goal. They'll take that final timeout with 4 seconds left, and they'll try a 42-yard field goal. And I do believe the Seahawks get the second half kickoff, if I'm not mistaken. So Eric Harris will come on. This will be a 42-yard field goal attempt to make it a 4-point game. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. As time runs out. At half, Washington 21, the Seahawks 17 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. The Commanders lead the Seahawks 21-17 as we start the third quarter. Seattle comes out at 4-1. Washington at 3-2. The Commanders get the second half kickoff. Dakota Cochran will kick. It'll be fielded at the 6-yard line. Bringing it back is Mark Young over the 30. And Young brings it back out to the 34-yard line. Hey, Misty, next time you go to the kitchen, if you can get me some milk, that'd be great. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Commanders up by 4, looking to make it a 2-score game again. Total yardage about even. Hicks in the shotgun, a back on either side, 1st and 10. Hands off to Marshall. And Marshall into Seahawk territory, out to the 44-yard line. 22 yards, Mike Marshall on the carry. Finally tackled by Geno Floyd, the third-year safety out of Ohio State. That's right, milk now. Gracie's getting it for me. I hate when I get the heartburn. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Hicks in the gun. Hicks looking. Hicks steps up, throws, and just throws that one away. Evil Dead's got a copy of the show 26. Give us a review, Evil Dead. Thank you, Gracie. Gracie, you got to say hi.
Hi. Evil Dead is a bomb.
She knows it. She's waiting. 2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line. Hicks hands off to Marshall inside the 40 and down to the 33-yard line. Oh, well. A gain of 11. And that'll be another Commander first down. Wes Cochran on the tackle. Commanders come out, 4 wide, single back. Hicks in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Hicks end around to Virgil Say. He tries to go up the middle and gets 2 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 32. .6:45 and counting. Here in the third quarter, a 4-point lead by Washington, and they have the ball. 2nd and 8 from the Seattle 32-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking, throws, and threw it behind his receiver. Incomplete. He was looking for James Norris. He threw behind him. It'll be 3rd down. 6:27 left in the third quarter. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Commanders at the Seahawk 32-yard line. They come out 4 wide. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks draws back. Looking. He's got all day. He throws deep and caught by Blair Hopkins down to the 9. A 23-yard gain to Blair Hopkins, the rookie out of Florida Atlantic. It'll be 1st and goal for the Commanders. At the Seahawk 9, as we're coming up on 6 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 2 backs in the backfield. Hicks in the shotgun, 1st and goal. Hicks going to take it himself, but he gets sacked emphatically by McKenzie. Randall McKenzie, the 9th-year linebacker out of Florida. And that's going to be a loss of 4 yards back to the 13-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal. 5:43 and counting here in the third quarter. Commanders come out, 3 to the far side. Hicks in the shotgun. Say in motion, turns back the other way. Hicks throws underneath, and it's dropped by G. Scott, the tight end. I think reaching in there to break up the pass was Devin Coleman, the 3rd-year defensive back out of Eastern Illinois. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line. 3 to the near side. Hicks in the shotgun. Big 3rd down right here. Hicks looking. Hicks in trouble. He's going to get sacked as Leonard Smith, the safety, comes in on the safety blitz. It'll be a loss of 10 back to the 23-yard line. Leonard Smith in his 13th year out of Utah State. It'll be 4th down, and the Commanders are going to have to settle for 3. And this will be a 40-yard field goal attempt. This will keep it a 1-score game. That's how big that sack was. As Zach Harris will come on. Harris from 40. Snap, kick is up. And is good. And the Commanders are back up by 7, 24-17. 4:56 left to play here in the third quarter. Live from FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. Commanders up by 7. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead. Misty's here. And now Harris will kick off. From the 8-yard line on the return for the Seahawks this time is Dale McClain. And McClain gets out to the 30-yard line. Devin Wade will come back out to lead the offense. Seattle only down by 7. Plenty of time left. There's still a lot of football left in this one. 4:51 on the clock here in the third quarter. We still have a quarter and a half left. First and 10 from the 30-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Wade under center. Wade drops back. Wade rolls out. And Wade's going to take off and slides smartly at the 36-yard line. A gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Commanders up by 7, 24-17. 2 backs in the backfield. Wade in the shotgun. On 2nd and 3. Wade looking. Dumps it off. And caught by Colby Walker out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 5, and that'll be a Seahawk first down. Seattle on the move, trying to tie this one up. Everybody in tight, 1st and 10 from their own 41. Wade under center. Wade hands off to Gilbert. And Terry Gilbert to the 45. A gain of 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd and 6. We finally get to go to the strip club tomorrow. The Rogue and Raven. For the first time in 3 weeks. Resume our game there. We'll be back here on Sunday. 2nd and 6 from the 45. Wade, play action. Wade throws and caught on the sideline by Blake Gibson out to the 40 into Commander territory, a gain of 15. First down, Seattle. Got both feet in, got out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 3:25 left. In the I formation, Wade under center, 1st and 10. Wade draws back. Wade in trouble. And smartly just throws it out of bounds. That was a veteran move right there. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. 3:12 left here in the third. 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun from the Commander 40-yard line, 2nd and 10. Gilbert in motion. Wade throws to Gilbert in the flat, turns upfield, and Terry Gilbert down to the 35. A gain of 6, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4. 3 minutes left now in the third quarter. Big third down for Seattle at the Commander 35, 3rd and 4. 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun. Wade draws back, throws, and caught. Blake Gibson down to the 8-yard line. A gain of 27 yards. It'll be 1st and goal, Seahawks at the Commander 8. It's a nice drive by Seattle. Seahawks trying to get to 5-1 if they can. 1st and goal from the Commander 8-yard line. They come out 4 wide. Single back. Wade in the shotgun. Wade to Gilbert. And Gilbert inside the 5. They'll mark him down at the 5. And that's going to be a gain of 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal from the Commander 5 as we're coming up on 2 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Commanders up 24-17. Seahawks trying to tie it up. On 2nd and goal, 2 backs on the backfield. Wade in the shotgun. McKenzie in motion. Wade throws to McKenzie, turns upfield. He's going to lose some yardage. Chris McKenzie, the 5th-year back out of Miami. A loss of 2 yards back to the 7. It'll be 3rd and goal for the Seahawks at the Commander's 7-yard line. Wade in the shotgun on 3rd and goal. Wade looking. Wade looking. Wade gets sacked. Back at the 15. A loss of 8. Coming in on the sack, number 97, Hunter Davis, the 2nd-year defensive tackle out of Kansas. And Seattle's going to have to settle for 3 once again, as they'll try to make it a 4-point game again. Eric Harris will come on. This will be from 32 yards. As we're coming up on a minute left here in the third quarter. Harris from 32. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. And the Commanders are back to a 4-point lead. 54 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Here at FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland, Week 6. Here at Jammin' Sports. Seattle at Denver next week. The Commanders will be at Carolina next week. And now the kickoff by Dakota Cochran. From the 4-yard line on the return, this is Mark Young. And Young brings it out to the 25-yard line. In his 9th year out of Rice, the defensive back. Mike Marshall needs 15 more yards for 100 on the day. Commanders will have it at their own 25, up by 4 with 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. It's been a good game. It's a close game. That's what you want. 4 wide. Hicks in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Throws deep and overthrows his receiver. Incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Rusty Burton, the 9th-year tight end out of Tennessee. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25-yard line. 47 seconds left in the third quarter. 4 wide for the Commanders. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Throws down the middle, and it's caught. A big gain by James Norris out to the 49-yard line. A gain of 14. Norris, the veteran receiver. He's out of Ball State in his 8th year. 1st and 10. Commanders at their own 49. 25 seconds left here in the third. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks. He's going to hand off to Marshall. And Marshall to the 47-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Leonard Smith came up, made the tackle. Commanders are in Seahawk territory now. But that's going to do it for the third quarter. Commanders up 24-20 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back. FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Commanders lead the Seahawks 24-20 as we start the fourth quarter. 2nd and 5. Hicks in the shotgun. Single back. Hicks throws outside and is caught by Virgil Say. A gain of 2 out to the Seahawk 44-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for Washington. Just a 4-point game. Seattle at 4-1, Washington at 3-2. Hicks in the shotgun, 3rd and 3. Hicks going to take it himself. It pitches outside. He should have took it himself. He pitched it to David Curtis, the 3rd-year back out of Western Michigan. Had he not pitched it on the option, that's a run-pass option there, he probably would have picked it up on his own. Ends up being a 4-yard loss. It'll be 4th and 7. Commanders at the Seahawk 49. They'll have to punt. And now the Seahawks are going to have a chance to take the lead on this next drive. Misty had said goodnight at 9:16 Central Time. Luke Washburn back to punt. Gets the punt away. And that's going to go out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Great punt by Luke Washburn. And now the Seahawk offense will come back out. If they're going to take the lead, they got to go 96 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. Commanders up 24-20 with 7:04 left. Three to the near side. Wade in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Wade to Gilbert. And Gilbert up the middle, picks up 2 to the 6-yard line. Tackled by Stephon Kilgore, the 10th-year defensive end out of Auburn. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 6-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Wade in the shotgun on 2nd and 8. Wade from his end zone throws outside and is caught by Blake Gibson. Out to the 7, just a 1-yard gain, if that much. It'll be 3rd and 6. 6:23 and counting. Seattle down by 4. They need a touchdown. Single back, 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun on 3rd down. Wade back. Wade looking. Wade. Oh, throws it away somehow. I thought they were going to get him for a safety. It'll be 4th down. Seattle goes 3 and out. They're going to have to punt. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here. Dakota Cochran from the back of his end zone He'll get the punt away. And this will be fielded at the caught at the 43-yard line by Mark Young. So the Commanders at their own 43 with 6:05 left, up by 4. If the Commanders can get a touchdown, they'll go up by 2 scores. A field goal keeps it a 1-possession game. On 1st and 10, Hicks in the gun. A back on either side. Marshall in motion. Hicks throws down the middle, and it's caught by Virgil Say. A 5-yard gain to the 47. The linebacker, Chris Jenkins, on the tackle. Be 2nd and 5. .546 and counting. 4 receivers set wide, 3 to the near side. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks to Marshall. And Mike Marshall into Seahawk territory down to the 42-yard line. An 11-yard gain for Mike Marshall. Easy for me to say. First down, Commanders. Clock is moving. 5:22 and counting. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Hicks throws near side and caught down at the 37-yard line and rolling out of bounds. Making the catch, that was James Norris. 5-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Commanders at the Seahawk 37-yard line as we're coming up on 5 minutes left. 3 to the far side. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks hands off to Marshall. And Mike Marshall to the 32-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and 1. 4:50 and counting. It'll be 3rd down. Big 3rd down right here. Huge. 3rd and 1. Everybody in tight. Single back. Hicks under center. Hicks going to play action. Hicks throws deep. He's got a man. Rusty Burton down to the 10-yard line. The 9th-year tight end out of Tennessee. Good for 22 yards and a Commander first down. The Commanders can put this one away pretty much if they get a touchdown here. They're up 24-20. 1st and 10 from the Seahawk 10, just outside the 10. They get a first down at about the half-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks throws quickly and is caught by Hopkins. Blair Hopkins down to the 4-yard line, a gain of 6. Make it a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 4-yard line. 3:50 and counting. Commanders trying to put this one away. On 3rd down, or 2nd down. Hicks in the gun. Hands off to Marshall. And Marshall doesn't get much, if anything. No gain. The Seahawks are right there. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the 4-yard line. Seattle's going to lose their 2nd straight after starting 4-0 if they don't get a stop here. Big 3rd down. Commanders can get a first at about the half-yard line. 5 wide, empty backfield. Hicks in the shotgun, 3rd and 3. Hicks rolls out, and Hicks has to throw it away. The field goal will keep it a 1-possession game. Zach Harris will come on. This will be a 21-yard attempt. The Seahawk defense gets another stop. And now from 21 to put the Commanders up by 7. The kick is up, and it's good. 27-20. The Seahawk defense keeping them in the game. 3:10 left to play, plenty of time, but Seattle needs a touchdown. Commanders up 27-20 with 3:10 left. Zach Harris will kick off. Once again, we'll not be on tomorrow. We'll be back on Sunday at 6 o'clock Eastern with at least 3 games. There's the kick. from the 5-yard line, bringing it back for the Seahawks on the return, trying to pick up who that was. That was Dale McClain. And Seattle will take over at their own 27. 3:05 left, down by 7. Can Seattle tie it up, force overtime? We'll see. Seattle comes out 3 to the far side. Wade in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Wade looking. Wade steps up. Wade's going to take off. And Devin Wade out to the 29-yard line. A gain of just 2 yards. Robert Andrews, the linebacker, came up, made the tackle. We're down to 2:48. 2nd and 8 for Seattle. 3 to the near side. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking. Wade throws, and he short hopped it, incomplete. He was looking for Gibson on the near sideline. 2:35 left. It'll be 3rd and 8 for Seattle at their own 29. Big 3rd down here. 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun. Wade drops back. Wade steps up, and he's taken off, and he gets the 1st down out to the 39, a gain of 10. Keeps the drive alive. 2:24 and counting. As we're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Commanders up 27-20. 4 wide for the Seahawks. Wade in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Wade looks, throws deep, down the near sideline. He's got a man wide open. Blake Gibson all the way down to the Commander 13-yard line. That's a 50-yard gain. At the 2-minute warning. Huge play. 1st and 10 Seahawks at the Commander 13 in the I formation. Wade drops back. Wade looking. And now Wade gets taken down to 21. A loss of 8. Matthew Enoch on the tackle. The 12th year defensive end out of Cal Berkeley. Seattle needs a touchdown here. Commanders trying to get a stop. It'll be 2nd and 18 at the Commander 21. 150 and counting. Trying to get the play in. High drama here at Landover, Maryland. A minute 29 left. 3 to the far side. Wade in the shotgun. 2nd and 18. Gilbert in motion. Wade back. Wade looking. Throws underneath. Caught by Marcus Clay down to the 11. And that'll be a gain of 10. It'll be 3rd and 8. And the Seahawks took a timeout with a minute 18 left. This is a big down right here. 3rd and 8 from the Commander 11-yard line. 4 wide for the Seahawks. Wade in the shotgun on 3rd down. They got to get to the 3. Wade looking. Wade throws to the end zone. Incomplete. Oh, Blake Gibson nearly had the catch. It was broken up at the last minute. Broken up by Cameron Cole, the safety, in his 13th year out of Chattanooga. Now it's 4th down. 4th and 8 from the 11. The Seahawks have to go for it. 4 wide. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking. Wade throws. Caught. Touchdown. Seattle. An 11-yard touchdown catch by Blake Gibson in the middle of the end zone. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying this one up. What a football game this has turned out to be. Wow. I knew it was going to be a good game just looking at the records. And now this is a very important extra point. Eric Harris will come on. They may have left too much time on the clock. Harris for the PAT. Kick is up, and it's good. We're tied at 27. 1:09 left to play in regulation here at FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. Seahawks and Commanders tied at 27. All the Commanders need to do, though, is get into field goal range. Eric Harris will kick off. Actually, it's Dakota Cochran who does the kickoff duties. From the 4-yard line, on the return, this is Mark Young. And Young brings it out to the 27-yard line. 1:05 left. And the Commanders have all 3 of their timeouts. Mike Marshall went over 100 yards today. The Commanders need to go about 45 yards or so. 40 to 45 yards to get into field goal range. First and 10 from the 27. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking, sets up a screen pass to Marshall down the sideline, and Mike Marshall tackled in bounds at the 36-yard line, a gain of 9, and the Commanders take a timeout. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 36. .59 seconds left. Commanders trying to get into field goal range. 4 to the far side. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking, throws quickly and caught by James Norris out to the 42-yard line. A gain of 6, and that'll be a Commander first down. Clock is moving. They haven't taken a timeout. We're down to 40 seconds. 3 to the far side. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Hicks in trouble. He gets sacked back at the 33. A loss of 9. Sack made by Chris Jenkins, the linebacker. Boy, this one is looking like overtime. Commanders did take a timeout. 34 seconds left. 2nd and 19 at the 33. 5 receivers wide, empty backfield. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Hicks throws down the middle and incomplete. Virgil Say drops it with 30 seconds left. It'll be 3rd and 19. Commanders at their own 33-yard line. And now on 3rd and 19. 4 wide, single back. Hicks under center. Hicks to Marshall. And Marshall out to the 45. And that'll be a gain of, 8. It'll be 4th and 7. The Seahawks took a timeout as they have forced the Commanders into a punt from their own 45-yard line. Seattle's going to set up the return. Luke Washburn back to punt. Gets the punt away. And that's going to go out of bounds at the 9. The Seahawks will probably play for overtime here. Devin Wade, some highlights. That was the touchdown, the 80-yard touchdown to Jones and the touchdown to Gibson. Seattle will start from their own 9-yard line following the punt with 21 seconds left. They do have a timeout, but they'll probably play for overtime. Boy, what a game. Been a great game. Wade under center. This looks like they're just going to run it out and go to OT. Hands off to Gilbert. Gilbert picks up a yard. Nobody taking a timeout, I don't think. Yep, we're headed to overtime. Works differently now at 25. I'll have to set that up for you. As we hit overtime. Seattle 27, Washington 27. We're going to bonus football here at FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. To OT we go. All right. Both teams are guaranteed a possession. You can no longer win it with a touchdown on the opening drive. The Commanders have won the toss. They will receive. They want the ball first. Seattle will kick off as we start the overtime. For some reason, and I don't know why, but when they go to overtime, they put 8:15 on the clock instead of the 8 minutes we've been using. Oh well. Dakota Cochran will kick off for Seattle. From the 7-yard line on the return, Mark Young. And Young, a nice return out to the 38-yard line. And that's where the Commanders will have it 1st and 10. Both teams are guaranteed a possession. Commanders will start from their own 38 as we start the overtime, tied at 27. Peyton Hicks, the 9th-year quarterback out of Tennessee, the former Saint. Everybody in tight for the Commanders. Single back. Hicks under center. Hicks, play action. Hicks throws it deep, and it's caught by Washington. Sean Washington, the rookie out of Nebraska, out to the Seahawk 42-yard line. That's a 20-yard gain. 1st down, Commanders. Coming up on 8 minutes left in the first overtime. We don't have ties. We'll keep playing. We're tied at 27 in what has been an outstanding game. 1st and 10 from the Seahawk 42. Hicks in the shotgun. 4 wide. Hicks throws near side and out of bounds. His receiver was out of bounds. Oh, they call him inbounds. G. Scott, they're going to say he was inbounds at the 34-yard line. He looked way out to me. A gain of 8. Let's see if they review this. No review. Wow. 2 backs in the backfield. 2nd and 2 from the 34-yard line. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks. And a flag is down as Marshall gets out to about the 32-yard line. I think this one's coming back. It's a penalty on the Commanders. Josh Young, the left tackle, holding. It'll be 2nd and 11 back at the 42-yard line. 5 wide. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking, throws near side, and it's dropped. Oh boy, James Norris dropped that. And that'll bring up 3rd and 11. Yeah, he should have caught that. Big 3rd down for the Commanders. 5 wide, empty backfield. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks looking. Hicks throws and incomplete. He threw it a bit too far in front of his receiver. He was looking for Virgil Say down the middle. It'll be 4th and 11. And the Commanders will punt. And since they didn't score, as soon as the Seahawks get the ball, it's going to be sudden death. Luke Washburn gets the punt away. And that's out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Seattle will take over with 7:10 left in the first overtime. We're now in sudden death overtime. The next team that scores wins. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter how. Touchdown, field goal, safety. We're tied at 27. Seahawks' first possession in overtime as the Redskins could not score. And now it's sudden death. Wade in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Wade hands off to Gilbert, and Gilbert a yard to the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. If you're the Seahawks, you can take your time here. You don't have to rush. Play the game you want to play. 3 to the far side. Wade in the shotgun, 2nd and 9. Wade. Gilbert again, and this time Gilbert will get tackled back at the 11-yard line. A loss of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 12. That play took a long time to develop. And now Seattle faces a 3rd and 12 at their own 11-yard line. 6.5 minutes left in the first overtime. We're tied at 27. 4 wide, single back. Wade in the shotgun, 3rd and 12. Wade looking. Wade throws deep. Caught wide open. Blake Gibson out to the 36-yard line. A gain of 25 and a Seahawk first down. Huge catch by Gibson. Keeps the drive alive for the Seahawks. And he worked his way open down the middle. Found a seam in the zone and took advantage. 1st and 10, Seattle at their own 36. 4 wide, single back. Wade under center. Wade to Gilbert. And Gilbert, not much, a yard to the 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9. 5:45 left in the first overtime. FedEx Field, Landover, Maryland. Week 6 here at Jammin' Sports. We're in overtime. We're in sudden death now. 2nd and 9. 4 wide for Seattle. Wade in the shotgun. Wade looking. Throws to Gilbert. Turns upfield. Gets out to the 40-yard line. A gain of 3. Nice open field tackle by Stephen McMullen, the 5th-year safety out of Oregon. 3rd and 6 for Seattle at their own 40-yard line. 3 to the near side. Wade in the shotgun. Big 3rd down. Wade drops back. Wade throws to Gilbert, and Gilbert's not going to get the first down. Robert Andrews is right there to make the tackle. A gain of 4. It'll be 4th and 5. And the Seahawks are going to have to punt. So both teams have had it once in overtime. Nobody has scored. We're in sudden death. Dakota Cochran back to punt. As Cochran gets the punt away. And that's going to fall and drift into the end zone. Touchback. And now the Commanders with a chance. They'll start at their own 20. Since we're in sudden death now, a field goal can win it. Which means they need to go about 50 yards or so for a decent field goal shot. Commanders come out, 3 to the far side. Hicks under center. Hicks to Marshall. And Mike Marshall to the 21, just a 1-yard gain. The Seahawks are right there. Leonard Smith came up, made the tackle, the safety. It'll be 2nd and 9. We're in OT. 4:10 left in the first overtime. We've already had 3 double overtime games this season. We could have a 4th. Hicks throws to the near side to Washington. Sean Washington picks up a couple of yards out to the 24-yard line, a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 6. 3:45 and counting. 4 wide for the Commanders. Hicks in the shotgun on 3rd down. Hicks drops back. Hicks steps up. And Hicks is going to run for it. Gets the first down. And he's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A gain of 16 for Peyton Hicks. And that'll be a Commander first down. Floyd came up, made the tackle. Geno Floyd, the 3rd-year safety out of Ohio State. But that'll be a Commander first down. 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. 3:29 left in the overtime. We have had 23 double overtime games in our history. Hicks on 1st and 10. Throws deep and incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 3:24 left. It's funny, we didn't have any double overtime games last season. We've had 3 so far this season. We had 2 in 1 week. And that was I think that was last week. Or the week before. 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line. 4 wide. Hicks fakes the handoff. Hicks throws it to the near side. Up the field is Marshall into Seahawk territory. 16 yards to the Seahawk 44. First down, Commanders. Geno Floyd came up again and made the tackle. We're coming up on 3 minutes left of the first overtime. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Hicks in the shotgun. Hicks hands off to Marshall, a draw play, and Mike Marshall to the 34, a gain of 10. And that's another first down for Washington. It'd be a 51-yard field goal from here. The Commanders can win it with a field goal. This would be a mild upset. 2 backs in the backfield. 1st and 10. Hicks hands off this time to the other back, number 36. That's Joe Strong in his second year out of Central Florida. Picks up 5 to the 29-yard line. And now the Commanders are in field goal range. It would be a 46-yard field goal from here. Hicks in the shotgun, a back on either side. 2nd and 5. Hicks hands off once again to Strong. Strong, no gain, as Wes Cochran, the linebacker, makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 6. Under 2 minutes now left to play in the first overtime. We're tied at 27. Actually, a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 6. It would be a 47-yard field goal from here. Hicks in the shotgun on 3rd down. Hicks to Marshall, and Marshall to the 26-yard line. That's a gain of 4. It'll be 4th and 2. And coming up to make the tackle, number 53, Chris Jenkins. Now, it's a 43-yard field goal attempt coming up by Zach Harris to win it for the Commanders in overtime. The Seahawks take a timeout here. They don't. The kick is up. And it's good. The Commanders win it in overtime, 30-27 over the Seahawks. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We'll see you Sunday night. Good night, everybody.